All right, I'm going to be honest right now. That movie with Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding. Um, Shut up, shut up. You had me at hello. Well, I tell you what, this Hoya de Nicaragua cabinetta had me at the box. Look at that box. That's snazzy right there. I mean, that thing just makes you think elegant. And the fact that it is a oh, look how pretty. They all standing up saying, "Hey, smoke me. I'll pick this one." Yeah, I took the cellophane off because you don't need to watch me take off cellophane. Let me put this back. Set this down. Let me get a cutter while I talk about it. Now, it is a Lancero. What is this? 7 by 38. I mean, this is a Lancero, right? So a 7 by 38, using a big cutter, you got to be careful. Don't stick that thing all the way in there. Have a little patience, have a little time. Make it a little elegant and just snip that little pinchy cap off, that little ponytail. Oh, so good. But notice, dark wrapper, light wrapper. What's the deal with the dark wrapper and light wrapper? Because most people ain't going to smoke this far back. So you're not going to taste that tobacco, right? We'll see. I tell you what, I already know, but I'm gonna act like I don't know because we're on video. We toast this up from a long way away because I have a habit of burning the fool out of the side of this wrapper. Now this is a Connecticut shade wrapper. I think it's an Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper. That's the main part of the wrapper. Nicaraguan binder and filler. And I wrote the note down for what the cap is, but I can't see it right now because I'm focusing on Toaster King. Good enough. It is a Nicaraguan Criollo. Oh, nice. So, let me turn this camera a little bit. You don't need to see all that mess over there. Sorry. I'll bump the camera. Ooh. Now, the advertisement, if you go to their website and you look at their video on this cigar, it will tell you that it is a great breakfast cigar to go well with coffee. It's got lighter Nicaraguan binders and fillers, intentionally to be a breakfast cigar. Lighter wrapper, the Ecuadorian Connecticut shade. But they weren't lazy on the blend. There's a fullness to it already. There is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just maybe. Got no fingernails. Help if I pulled it the right way, dummy. All right. So, first time I pulled this wrapper or this band, and it's amazing to me that until you buy it, you can't pull the band off. So they could put a jank looking top cap, top wrapper on there, second wrapper on there, and you wouldn't know. But I mean, they take so much pride in what they do that this is actually nice and flush all the way around. Pretty cool. Which, if it was a little wonky, it wouldn't have anything to do with the smokability of it. It wouldn't. But if you see evidence of that on the outside, you're expecting to have the evidence of this on the inside. Rolling a Lancero is a very difficult job. It is not your first day on the clock job because the Lanceros are so small and they're so long that when you roll them, if you roll the binder and filler one hand faster than the other, you'll put a twist on it and it will cork up. You'll have bad draw. That's why some people give Lanceros a bad name, is because the draw issue. Well, if you have a great manufacturer like Drew Estate and Hoya de Nicaragua, then they're going to make sure their quality control is on point. And that draw is going to be excellent. Evidence of that, great smoke, air's going through, and my cheeks don't hurt. They won't hurt by the time it's over. I'm not having to suck a strawberry shake from McDonald's through that big straw, right? I would not classify this as a breakfast cigar. For me, I could see smoking this at breakfast. I could see smoking this at dinner. I can see you smoking this in a boat with a goat, in a plane, on a train. Here, there, everywhere. Even in my underwear. I'm sorry. But it's got a pepper to it. It does. There's a spiciness to it. So let's get to this cap. It's dark. Not really a cap. Last third wrapper. Why? Okay. I'll tell you why. Because your lips don't have taste buds. There's no taste buds on your lips. It's on your tongue. Some say parts of your mouth. But they're not on your lips. But your lips, your tongue will lick your lips and it will transfer that flavor. And so what you're doing is you're picking up the spiciness, the fullness off of this wrapper imparted with this wrapper. So it just gives it a little extra kick. And a kick it gives because there's a tinniness. There is. There's a minerality. There is. There's a spiciness. Black pepper. A little bit pepperier than black pepper, to be honest. I mean, this is not what I would call a breakfast cigar. I wouldn't. I remember when we were on Cigar Safari years ago, they had one of the nights. I mean, they do all sorts of fun stuff on Safari. They had one of the nights at the Drew Estate compound where it was a long ash contest. And they pulled out, it's probably a Churchill of the Hoya de Cabinetta. And everybody said, yeah, I'm going to do it. And you only have 20 minutes to smoke as much as you can and don't drop your ash and blah, 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 blah. So you can't smoke it for 2 hours, right? You got to smoke, you got to get it, right? And so with that, they pulled this out, and most people said, as well, oh, it's Connecticut shade. I can smoke the fool out of that fast. Well, this was a fat Churchill, a long Churchill. And by the time I got into the first inch, I figured out that this rodeo was a lot bigger bull than I thought it was because the fullness of the flavors really grabbed you. It's not like a light shade. Some people in that group actually tapped out. Not the ash themselves. They said, nope, I'm done. I struggled, but I got her did. I put it in 20 minutes and I smoked it down till I was almost burning my fingers. I mean, I was working, but then, I smoke fast anyway. So luckily, and we had bent the elbow a couple times. So, good judgment had kind of went out the window a little bit. And so I was like, I'm going to keep on getting it. But there was a couple points I was like, ooh. This is, luckily the couch chairs were very comfy and you could lay all the way back and do that little goofy thing where you hold the cigar up like that, trying to win. And they were having some great prizes, some Subculture Studio signature art canvases and stuff like that. I have one because I won one. Yeah, I don't play when it comes to winning stuff from Drew Estate. You don't know. I'm catching a little spicy on the corners of my mouth. It's actually somewhat on the spicier side. Almost like you got a little cut and you got a little lemon juice and it just gives you that ting. This is not a cigar. I'm gonna call it like it is. This is not a cigar that I would give to a rookie that I liked. This is not a cigar somebody comes up to the house, hanging out in the studio. By the way, feel free to come out, call me ahead of time so I'll make sure I'm there. We'll smoke some cigars and have a good time. I'd love for you to be here. Travelers Rest, South Carolina. If I didn't like the person, no, I wouldn't do that. But some people might. Give this to them and they're going to swim. Right? If it's somebody I care for, I really like, or I want to make sure they have a good experience, this would probably not be the cigar I grab. But I got a lot of veteran smokers, aged smokers, people who have smoked through some boxes of cigars. People who identify as I like full. I like a little spice. I like a little raw. Ah! Well, this would be something I would hand them. Number one, it looks elegant. Number two, the construction is amazing. And number three, it is a roller coaster of tobacco tastiness. So, drop my ass after 1.5 inches. So, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to smoke this down, and I'm going to work it back. If it tastes the same, I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to waste your time. If it doesn't taste the same, if it transitions, if it gets mellower, if it gets too spicy or it gets too peppery, I'll come back on and I'll say, hey, whoa, we got to edit what I said it. So what I'm saying now is it's spicy. Black pepper. Tinniness. Minerality. All right. I can see this. All right, I'm going to get deep on this one. Espresso. I drank a big cup of espresso. I like a lot of coffee. I don't like the little demitasse, little half cups. Cuban coffee, espresso. I will get a bunch, a full cup of it, and I will let it cool. I'll leave it black, but I'll let it cool so that I can take gulps of it instead of sips of it. I don't want to. That's just not who I am. And when you take a big swaller of lukewarm espresso, you get that bitter of the bean. That's a pretty good word. You get the bitter of the bean that just has that dryness of your mouth, that flatness of flavor, and it's a little gritty, a little dark chocolate, like the super dark chocolate, the uber dark, the non-sweet chocolate. That's what I'm pulling off of this. Now, those descriptives, if written in a catalog, would probably make people say, I don't know, that doesn't sound good. But in balance, in an arena where you like those flavors, it fits the bill. It's tasty. Like I said, if you want something light, nah. If you want bad construction, nah. If you want no smoke, But if you want something that's gonna pepper you up a little bit, it's gonna give you a little spicy, a little ting, a little tinniness, a little minerality, with that espresso vibe, cafecito vibe, Cuban coffee vibe, this fits the bill. I could see how this would go well with a cup of coffee. I could see how, when he did the video on their website, that he said it would go great with a cup of coffee. I could see a cup of black coffee. It would really lend to those flavors, and between puffs, I could see how it would really just enhance those flavors on your palate, not wash them away. So I can see that. I can. Breakfast cigar, Bubba, I don't know. It's a little bit on the heavy side. So that's it. Just my opinion. If you've had one, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you like a Lancero, tell me what your favorite Lancero is. I like that too. So that's it. I'm going to go. By the way, subscribing doesn't cost you nothing. Not a bit. A thumbs up, comment, doesn't cost you nothing, but it sure does help the channel. We'd like to be able to get out more content to more people. Family friendly, positive, encouraging. Help us do that. Help our analytics grow. If you would, I appreciate it. It's Bob Cigar saying, smoke easy, Semper Fi. Later, Tater.